Welcome to VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. There's a lot to like about football. Football is a beautiful, beautiful, amazing, gorgeous game. I just want to hold it. I just want to hug it. I just want to love it to death. I do, because it's so beautiful. And it loves me back in that sense. Because it provides a beautiful game, something entertaining, something amazing to watch. However, there's something about football that's not necessarily the same thing that happens or occurs in other leagues. In football, usually the team that spend the most, usually the team that has the most moolah, have the most money, has the most francs, have the most dollar bills, y'all, wins. I know what you're thinking, but what about fair play? The fairness of the situation. Isn't there organization that makes sure that the spending is in check? Wait. Something like that. It doesn't put a cap on the spending. It's a suggestion. It's a hard suggestion that you probably shouldn't spend this much, and it's depending on the finances, and it's basically put in place to keep teams from going belly up. It's basically put in place to keep squads from imploding because they're just spending out of control. Imploding. It isn't a hard cap. And that's the point that I'm getting to. Other sports leagues have a hard or soft salary cap. You can spend about this much, nothing more. And if more, you gotta pay this fine. Nothing more, or you gotta come down from the price. You gotta come down from the price. And that's not to punish teams that wanna spend the monies. That's not to punish the fanatics of the team. It's not to punish the organization. It's all about winning. You know me. I like winning. I like organizations who try to win and not try to bankroll money. But if you're winning, the money's coming. That's just how it works. And if you don't know that, I suggest you get a business. It's not to punish the teams. It's to make the competition a little bit more better. It's to make the competition balance from the bottom to the top, even though there's still gonna be gaps, mind you, but it's not going to be runaway gaps from the top 1 or 2 or 3 teams and everybody else. No. And that's why usually the team that spend the most or in the top win, unless they're incompetent and their spending is predicated and based on overpaying, overpriced salaries, and just mismanaging money. But hey, we can't fault them for being idiots. We can't fault them for being muppets. We're talking about properly well-run organizations that want to win, and they spend because they know that there's a correlation. There is. But in other sports, that's not the case because of the salary cap, because there's something put in place that doesn't allow the spending to get out of control, and is not to punish them. It's to make everyone else competitive. It's to make the league itself competitive. And it's not about having parity per se, but it's about just giving an opportunity to those who actually want that opportunity. You can't force anybody to spend. I don't care how many floors you put in. And floors meaning you have to spend X amount of money. You do. And anything below that is frowned upon and bad. And you have to up the spending. I'm not talking about that. No. And that is the one thing that football got wrong, that football needs to correct in a global sense. Salary cap to help the other teams compete that want to compete truly, and to not just allow industries, not just allow city states, not just allow billionaires take over. And what I mean by take over is buy trophies. Because if you wanted to just buy a trophy, just go ahead and go to the store or have a trophy made and buy it. Because obviously, it's hard to win it. And there's some exceptions. Yeah, there's definitely some exceptions. There are a couple teams that come to mind that spin. But when it comes to winning, it slips them by. Well, the winning and the trophy holding and that comes from the league. Whatever league they're in, holding up that trophy, yes, because the spending's out of control. When it comes to a one-off, like a tournament or so, any given Saturday, any given Sunday, it can happen. But when it comes to being able to repeat the feat over the longevity of a season, it is difficult to darn near impossible. Don't believe? Check the stats, non-believer. Check the stats.